Hello and welcome to my channel, Hopewell Stories. What would you do if a complete stranger paid for your groceries and then vanished without a trace? It was a rainy Tuesday afternoon in October. I was standing in the checkout line at the local supermarket, shivering in my thin jacket. My phone battery was at 3%, my stomach was growling, and my wallet empty. I had just enough for the basics: milk, bread, peanut butter, and a bag of apples. Nothing fancy. Just enough to last me until my next paycheck in 5 long days. I placed my items on the conveyor belt, trying not to make eye contact with the cashier. I was embarrassed, not because I was buying cheap food, but because I knew I looked tired, worn out, like someone who hadn't slept in days, and I hadn't. Between school, my part-time job, and helping my little sister after Mom passed, I was running on fumes. The cashier scanned each item. Beep, beep, beep. The total climbed, $27.84. I pulled out my last 2 crumpled bills, $20 and a $5. That left me $2.84 short. My face burned. I started pulling items off the belt. "I'll just take the milk and bread," I mumbled. That's when a calm voice said, "Wait, I've got this." I turned. A man stood behind me. He was tall, maybe in his late 40s, with kind eyes and silver hair neatly combed back. He wore a long gray coat and carried a small paper bag from a bakery across town. He smiled gently, like he knew how hard it was to stand there, feeling helpless. "No, really, it's okay," I said, shaking my head. "I can't accept that." But he was already pulling out his wallet. "Everyone needs a little help sometimes," he said. "Consider it a good deed." Before I could argue, he handed the cashier a $50 bill. "Keep the change," he said. I stared at him. "Thank you, but you didn't have to do that." He just nodded. "Take care of yourself. And your sister." My blood froze. "How do you know about my sister?" He didn't answer. He turned and walked toward the exit. I grabbed my groceries and ran after him, pushing through the automatic doors into the cold, wet air. "Wait," I called, but the parking lot was empty. No gray coat, no silver hair, no stranger, just rain falling on silent asphalt. I stood there, heart pounding. How did he know about my sister? I never mentioned her. And how did he disappear so fast? The lot wasn't that big. There were cameras, cars, people, but no trace of him. Back home, I told my roommate, Jess. She laughed. "Maybe he's your long-lost uncle or something, or a secret millionaire who likes helping broke college kids." I wanted to laugh too, but something felt off. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about his words: "Take care of yourself, and your sister." The next day, I went back to the supermarket. I asked the cashier if she remembered the man. "Yeah," she said. "Tall guy, gray coat, paid with cash, very polite." "Did he say anything else?" I asked. She frowned. "Actually, he asked about you." "Me?" He said, "Is that girl okay? She looks tired." I told him you come in every week with the same groceries, always alone. My skin prickled. Did he say his name? No, but he left this. She handed me a small folded note. My hands shook as I opened it. "You're stronger than you think. Keep going. No signature, no return address." I showed it to Jess. She got quiet. "That's kind of creepy, but also sweet." I didn't know what to think. Then 2 days later, I found an old photo in Mom's drawer. It was faded, tucked behind a stack of letters. In it, Mom stood with a man at a park. He had silver hair, a kind smile, the same gray coat. I flipped the photo. On the back, in Mom's handwriting, "David, my big brother, gone too soon. 1998. David, my uncle, but he died in a car accident when Mom was only 16. Before I was born, before my sister." I stared at the photo, at his face. It was him, the man at the store, but that was impossible. I went back to the supermarket. I showed the photo to the cashier. She gasped. "That's him. Exactly." I stood frozen. Rain tapped against the windows. My heart pounded. Was it really him? A ghost? A memory? Or just some stranger who looked like him? I'll never know. But here's the thing. After that day, I started eating better. I applied for a scholarship. I told my professor I needed help. I stopped pretending I was fine, and I started leaving $5 bills in the coat pocket of the donation bin at the store with a note that said, "Pay it forward," because maybe the man wasn't real, or maybe he was something more, but he changed my life. So here's my question for you. Have you ever had a moment, just one moment, when a stranger made you feel seen? When someone you didn't know gave you hope and then disappeared? If yes, tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if you like this one, share it with someone who might need a little hope today. Because sometimes help comes from the most unexpected places.